Spotted here, the Black Widow. Yelena Belova. The Black Widow. Natasha Romanov, whose face is out of focus because it's that softly painted that it's not focusing on it. That's really weird. There we go. I've already reviewed these two on my YouTube channel. But there was one other version of the Black Widow from the movie that a figure was being made of that I wanted. No, it's not Rachel Weisz, annoyingly, but I guess when the movie comes out we'll find out why maybe she's a later priority. It is the deluxe version of Black Widow, the white suit version, similar to the Yelena Belova costume. It took a while for this to get to me. I pre-ordered it and there were some cock-ups with the delivery, and it took a lot of sending things back and forth, but she's finally here. The reason this is a significant release is because it is a deluxe figure, and it seems to be the start of a new trend of deluxe figures for Hasbro and their Marvel Legends. We've had some Build-A-Figures released as standard figures in the last sort of year, like the Ant-Man based on Civil War in his Giant Man form has been released as a figure. Monster Venom from the Venom 2018 wave has been released as a figure on its own. There's a deluxe War Machine about to come out with a lot of explosions and gun accessories. It seems to be a thing. And the MCU's getting in on this action, just like with Giant Man, with this Black Widow. The caption, which is out of focus for you guys, reads, Natasha Romanoff reunites with a group of spies from her past to stop a lethal force. Bizarre pose for the box, isn't it? That's a really weird pose. But hey, look, we've got an armature. This is cool. Not had this with a Marvel Legend in forever. I think the last time we had stuff like this was with Toy Biz toward the end of their Marvel Legends clamshell packaging run. They had a wave of figures with the Build-A-Figure Sentinel, which I used to have, that had like plugs in their back, and they had stands and you could plug them into the back so they could be leaping and whatnot. And they were fine, but hopefully this will be better. So essentially I'm reviewing the figure and the standee base inside. Let's see how she's turned out. So before we get on to Natasha, let's take a look at the base. This is pretty sweet. There are individual holes in the bottom, which, based on the Firepiece accessories, should have probably popped this one out with my hands before I started recording. 1 second. Come on, little fireball. Come to me. Come on. There we go. Professional. Has these little sort of ball pockets, so they click gently into position, as does the base, which you can take out and put in any single one of these holes you want. It's got a lovely Hasbro logo on the bottom there. You then have a slide-in little gubbins thing here to adjust the height of the display you want, because it's clear it's not focusing. Then there's a separate arm which can be moved to and fro, and they all click very regimentedly, so basically it's encouraging you to be as gentle as possible with this. Here's a feature I really like. So on the actual clip, there we go. Normally these things are quite loose. The Kai Arts play figures, for example, have like a little, almost like an Allen key, like a bolt screw that you can use to make the joint tighter so it isn't too loose. But this is spring-loaded. It's made to only fit figures of a certain size, so don't be trying to put like your Monster Venom on here, for example. She's not posed, but like, let's try it with Yelena. There you go, so like she fits perfectly into it, so I can now have her leaping, jumping, or just creepily hovering over some flame decal. This is an interesting addition to the Marvel Legends. I kind of hope this becomes a more common occurrence, or they at least make these available for purchase on their own going forward. Think about it, Hasbro. They're quite useful. Well, here she is. Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow, in a new outfit. I thought the body sculpt would quite possibly be a carbon copy of the Yelena Belova body, but it is not. For starters, Yelena Belova has boots, whereas the previous Black Widow has wedges, which is similar to what Scarlett Johansson wears in a lot of the MCU films. She's got wedges in the boots. And that, along with sort of the structure of the suit design, gave away to me that this is the same figure, repainted. Except, obviously, for this sort of chest accessory and the backpack for the batons that the other figure comes with. This Black Widow comes with none of that. She's a sleeker design. Oh, and also incredibly ditzy. Her gun strap stuff is much looser, which does not impede the posability of the legs, which is nice. They can move quite freely, thank God. So it means for more poses, which is, convenient considering this figure came with a stand for posing. Once again, holsters for the pistols. This is a Black Widow that's finally coming with the guns that she owns in the films. So many times the toys don't give her a gun, but they give her things to put guns in. Accessory-wise, posability is standard, by the way. It's exactly what you'd expect for a female body figure right now, including the improved rib crunch that the previous two figures over there have. In terms of accessories, she comes with 2 sickles, which I'm sure will make more sense once the film actually comes out. She comes with 2 shock blasts, like taser blasts, from her wrist stingers. And the way you attach them to the figure is you take the hand out, put the blast attachment on, it gets charging and firing out, and then you put the fist back in, put the hand back in, whichever hand you want to go for. The sculpt is pretty nice. I think it's the same sculpt as this one, except as you can see, this one's got just like a little bit more definition. Like the hair's got darker lines, the eyes are a lot sharper, the smirk is more apparent. So you're sort of getting 2 versions of the same sculpt, and as a result, you're getting 2 different results, which is nice because it means it's still a feeling of variation. It doesn't feel like you're just buying the same figure, just repainted a bit. Bit hard to stand in her wedges, as with the other Black Widow, so pose-wise, I'm going to have to figure that out. But of course, you don't just have to have her posing. Sure, she can hold guns with the gun hands, she can do fists, she can clench the sickles, but she can also be leaping because of the stand. She could just be stood up, because it turns out, I missed this before, there are 2 pegs in the stands, 2 standard pegs, so if you wanted to pop that off and just have a clear stand for her to stand on, you could. We had a look at the flame before, which pops into the circles like that. We also have a couple of standard reverse peg holes, like the kind you find in the bottom of the figure's feet. And there's a couple flames that go with that, like this 3-way kind of 3 explosions, bullets raining down kind of thing. There's another one back there, over there rather. You can do with a single one there. There's also another single one there. So it's kind of a mix and match basically. You can play around and decide how you want the explosions to look on the base, if indeed you even want to put the explosions on the base. They kind of are like the Iron Man pulsar cannons or what have you. I can't remember what they're bloody called now. It'll come to me after the video, I know it will be. Repulsor ray, that's it. They're kind of like those pieces but with a thicker peg. You got the one we looked at before, which kind of looks like a 5th generation Pokemon. But then you also have this big bloody bugger. He took up most of the box. As you can see, there's a bit of light going through that. So you could underlight this if you want, which they've made very convenient because it's hollow apart from the peg that holds it in place. So, again, just like with the rest of them, just clicks onto the base. So you can have a variety of sort of explosions and have her leaping away from them, should you wish to do that. I still haven't decided what pose I'm going to get this Black Widow in. We'll see. But overall, do I recommend this figure? Yes, I do. Especially because if, like me, you're massively excited for this film to come out and now admit that you're having to wait, you can enjoy the anticipation a little bit longer by getting some of the toys. I've got Yelena, 2 versions of Natasha, and Taskmaster so far. Do you want me to do Red Guardian? If so, he's in my Amazon wishlist. If you're desperate for me to do the review, you can pick up the figure for me, and I'll happily shout you out in the review and do a review here on YouTube. So the wishlist link is in the description. Thank you for watching. Hasbro, please do more deluxe sets like this. It just gives us so many options, and I will catch you again very soon.